You're watching WSTM Channel 3 in Syracuse. And now, John Nicholson, meteorologist Wayne Mahar, and Roger Springfield on sports. This is Channel 3 News Nightcast, in touch with Central New York.
She was found dead in the brush near downtown. Tonight they know who she was and that she was murdered. Good evening. Up front tonight, another murder, the second in Syracuse in less than 2 weeks. Both women, both strangled, though the circumstances were very different, and the police say there is no apparent connection. Tonight they have identified the woman found yesterday in that overgrown area between Clinton and Oneida Street. She was Princess Michelle Thomas, 23. They identified her through fingerprints. She had a record that included prostitution. The autopsy shows she was strangled. Who did it? The police say there is no suspect yet. She last been seen alive a couple of weeks ago. She lived on South McBride. Now, just 12 days ago, Pamela Richardson was found strangled in her apartment on the north side, the deadbolt locked. There is still no suspect, the police say, in that murder. From University Hospital here in Syracuse tonight, still critical is the word on a 5-year-old girl who was shot today by her 4-year-old sister. They flew Kimberly Leaf in from Krogan near Lowville late this afternoon. The story is her sister Eva shot her by accident. They were playing with a gun, and their uncle, who was sleeping in the house at the time, has been charged now with weapons possession. In the morning, Chad Campbell's defense picks up a defense that says Satanism and another teenager are responsible for the murders Campbell is accused of. Campbell returned to Wayne County Court this afternoon. He's accused of murdering Cynthia Lewis and the child she was babysitting, Curtis Rizzo. Campbell's attorney brought in an expert on satanic rituals today, but the judge did not allow direct connection.
We're going to get to the truth in this case. So I'll continue to attempt to do my job in that area.
In court, names like Charles Manson, son of Sam, and the Night Stalker came up and telling the jury about satanic cult killers. In Phoenix tonight, one of Central New York's longest-standing labor disputes is over. The Phoenix School Board has approved a new contract with the teachers. They have been without one since July of last year. The CSEA is trying to put pressure on Onondaga County government over contract talks that have broken down. The union planning informational pickets for next few evenings, starting tonight during budget hearings at the county courthouse. And Saturday, the CSEA says it will picket County Executive Nick Shiro's house and the budget director, Mike Sullivan's house. The strategy for Pepsi is changed. An American giant is taking on a new look. And there are businesses here in Central New York that are following suit. NIGHTCAST reporter Jim Axelrod now with a story of changing logos.
The guy at Pepsi sure has the right one. An advertising campaign that people are whistling, singing, and humming wherever they go. But Pepsi isn't stopping there. A new logo will be on the cans rolling off the line soon. A new image for the 90s. Bolder. Stronger.
Okay, what is the right image? Does it need to be a soft, curvy face? Does it need to be a hard, bold, hard-selling line?
Redesigning a logo isn't just for the big boys. Lisa FAZIO works for the Eric Mower ad agency. She's redoing a new logo for Green Hills Farm, a supermarket on the south side of Syracuse for 57 years.
And that's a big decision for them to say we want to come up with a different image. And saying to us, we want it to say Green Hills Farms, and we want it to have a horseshoe. Anything else is up to you guys.
This is it. Simpler, but more contemporary. Updated typeface and colors, but not so different that longtime customers will be alienated. Green Hills Farms would probably settle for the kind of success another Central New York supermarket has had with its new logo. The big W, splashed on Wegmans soda cans since May. What's in a label? The people at Wegmans will tell you there's a lot in a label. How much? Well, for every one bottle of the soda they used to sell with the old label, they're now selling 2 more with the new logo. 200% more. That's a lot of soda. A big team and big money. But still, this logo business doesn't grab everyone.
Maybe it makes a difference to other people. I don't know. To me, it doesn't. I look for diet. I look for price. I taste it a couple of times. If I like it, I go back and buy more.
Which is fine with Wegmans, as long as he's buying the right one. Which is not to be confused with the right one, baby. Jim Axelrod, Channel 3 News, Nightcast.
In Skaneatlas tonight, the town board has put demolition of that controversial house up for bid. The Scotts own the house. The town says it is too big and too close to the road, and the fight's been going on 9 years. But tonight, the board voted 5-0 to put demolition up for bids on October 7th. Meanwhile, the Scotts have just a few days to get their belongings and themselves out of the house to be arrested. Portland's got some money coming to fix up homes. Nothing on the scale of what you find on East Lake Road in Skaneatlas. This is $400,000 in federal money for low and moderate income housing. Congressman Sherwood Bullard's office made the announcement tonight, saying the money should be enough to bring as many as 55 houses and apartments up to standard in Portland. And while he was on a roll, Bullard announced another $400,000 grant tonight, the same deal pretty much for Tompkins County. This is good for about 25 homes and apartments in the town of Caroline. Well, all over central New York, we're beginning now to get something that is priceless, free. It's the fall foliage show, the turning of the leaves. NIGHTCAST reporter Betsy Sykes has been out researching just how good it should be this year.
Well, it should be pretty good. We should be seeing some bright, brilliant colors soon. If the weather cooperates, and it usually does around here, because what we need are cold nights. And judging by tonight's temperature, this could be the start of something big. If you take a drive through the area, the landscape still looks pretty green. Oh, there are the occasional yellows, oranges, even some reds. But green is the main color scheme. A good dose of chilly night air means that.
Brilliant colors result from the healthiest leaves undergoing normal change, which occurs when the days do shorten and the nights are quite cool and the days are warm.
As the last rays of sunlight disappear, there's a nip in the air, appropriate for the first night of fall, and terrific for making the leaves turn colors. This is what we're waiting for, what fall is all about. With all that hot, dry weather we had this summer, will we ever see it?
We had a period during the midsummer that was unusually dry, and that would tend to favor less brilliant colors. But on the whole, I think we had a fairly typical summer with regard to moisture, and that bodes well for bright colors.
Now all we need is a little moonlight magic, a dip in the mercury, to turn this into this. Dr. RAYNAL says the best indication of how colorful the leaves will be is what shape they're in before they turn. And this John looks pretty good.
All right, thanks very much, Betsy. And great foliage or not, fall is with us, to say the least. And here with fall's first weather, well, let's leave that to Wayne Mahar.
Too much, John, too much. Fall officially arrived, as John just said, earlier today with a variety of weather, but we're fairly quiet in the pleasant pattern right now, at least for tonight and tomorrow, because the cold front that went through here earlier today is now sweeping all that rain out to the east of us, out to sea. There goes high pressure up to our north. Nice, and a pretty good-looking day coming up for tomorrow, too. After that, well, there's Wednesday's map, and there's the story there, raincoat time again. There's a forecast overnight tonight, clear to partly cloudy, big, bright, full moon out there, the harvest moon, low tonight, a cool 45, and then at the bus stop tomorrow morning, you may want to consider the jacket, sort of cool but dry, 47 degrees. Lots more details for the entire week on the way, John.
Thanks, Wayne. Also coming up on NIGHTCAST, who gets the blame in a school bus accident? What happened to David Letterman in an auto crash? And balancing school and the job. Do the grades suffer?